you fuck! You can go suck my dick, you stupid ass fucking piece of shit!
Tanjiro, shut up!
So, I went to see the new Demon Slayer film. So this is going to be a bit of a rant, or I don't know. I suppose I don't know, just me gushing about the film, because it was really good. it was brilliant. 10 out of 10, I would say. It didn't get like a standing ovation when I went to see it, but basically everyone claps, which doesn't normally happen. The only time was I think when I went to see John Wick 4, which ironically was in the same theatre, in the same cinema. I probably sat in a similar seat. I'm a creature of habit. But the film, yeah, it was good. I've already said that, but it was so good. I had a little list because I knew that I had so much to say. So I'm gonna go down the list. And first of all, the runtime, 2.5 hours, I suppose it's just insane, really. I don't understand how they managed to keep that quality up for 2.5 hours. I mean, it was mostly action, I would say. I think there was probably like, I don't know, I don't know, I reckon all the flashbacks I'd probably take up half an hour. Well, half an hour was definitely spent doing the last one with Akaza, which was pretty heartbreaking, actually. I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, runtime. I'll say probably about like maybe half hour to 45 minutes of was backstory. So obviously the animation wasn't too intense. But all the other fights were just stellar. I don't understand. I mean, these animators was not see the light of day, like, ever, you know, because the quality was so good and so that's embarrassing. It was so good and so consistent throughout. It was crazy. But that's something that I don't know. It was probably just me, because I saw it on like a really big, massive screen, and I was lucky enough to do so. But for some reason, some of the stuff in the background seemed kind of pixelated, so it kind of took you out of it a little bit. I don't think that's probably, you know, indicative for. No, he's never. I don't think it's like true for everyone. I think that was probably just mean, and it wasn't optimized for having such a massive screen. But still, that was it. That was like, in all fairness, I've so little complaints to make that anyone is just nitpicking, because I don't really have much to say that's negative. Though yeah, sometimes it was a bit pixelated, mainly in the background shots of things. When in the film when they're less detailed. I mean, obviously in the background they're less detailed, but I kind of took out of it because you have all these amazing stuff going on, and then you just kind of see these little pixels. But again, massive nitpick. It's not a big deal. I saw it in dub because, you know, why not? And however, some of the trailers they did show had subtitles, and I was struggling to see them. I did bear in mind I was sitting right at the back of the cinema, but I did struggle to see them. So I don't know if I were to see it in the sub, I would find it hard to see subtitles. But again, that's not a big deal. It's really not. I thought that as well as the animation, I think the story was really good. I know it gets Demon Slayer gets a lot of flack for having a simple story, but in all fairness, I don't think I don't know. That's kind of what it is. It's too late to change it. I've already read all the manga, so for like some of the, I knew what happened already. So some of the stuff was kind of lost on. Not lost on. I'm not really sure what I'm saying. Let me start again. So the story, I think the structure. I think it played out. I read the manga, so it plays out pretty much beat for beat. I haven't read it in a while, so my memory is kind of foggy. But I thought that. Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say. So the thing that I I thought was really good about the film is that it focused on the different things that was happening, because there were three major things happening. You had the Shinobu fighting Upper Moon 1, you had the fight with Gyun, Tanjiro and Akaza, and you had Zenitsu fighting Upper Moon 6. So obviously they're happening like at the same time, or at very least it's in the same film. But anyway, I thought that they balanced it really well. I thought it'd be one of the things where it kind of bounces between them. Like they'll spend 5 minutes doing one thing and then they'll spend another 5 minutes doing another, and they keep switching. I thought it would be quite frustrating, but in all fairness, they did essentially give it its mini movie for each part. So like the Shinobu fight, obviously that happens all in full. I don't think it cuts away at any point to something else, or same with the Zenitsu fight as well. It doesn't cut away to see what other people are doing when it's like, you know, mid-fight, or they'll, you know, or he gets injured and there's like this big will he pull through moment, because that would be the perfect opportunity to kind of cut and leave it on a cliffhanger. I mean, they did that for the Shinobu fight, but that's not, you know, in all fairness, I don't think they wouldn't been able to conclude it fully, so they're probably leaving it for the next film, which again is like not really it's not really a complaint, but it's more so a concern that they're going to split it into 3 films, but they've covered what I feel like to be half of the what's it called, the final arc, because they already fought 3 Upper Moons, so that's 3 of them gone. So in the second film, I'm going by that logic that each film afterwards will be 2.5 hours. I don't know, I'm probably wrong. But I feel like, because they still need to fight the woman with the guitar thing, they still need to finish the fight with Upper Moon 2, and then you have Upper Moon 1, whose name I'm not even try to pronounce because I'll probably butcher it. But yeah, all of those things, I feel like, oh no, obviously you have a final fight when they meet Muzan and they go to the sun or whatever. I mean, look, I'm not a filmmaker. In all fairness, they did a good half-hour backstory for Akaza. Upper Moon's one will probably be the same, if not longer, in terms of duration. But again, this is just me trying to find negatives to balance that out, because it is literally like, you know, it's just so good. I keep saying that, but it is so good. It's one of the few films that I'll probably be, you know, really pumped for, and it's delivered just like full on. I did it for like 2.5 hours as well. Maybe I just didn't think about the runtime because I was so involved and engrossed. Even though I got a cool poster as well when I went. I don't know, maybe I'll put it on the screen. Post-production. It keeps falling off my wall though, which is frustrating, but I'm putting it up with tape. I like the humour in it, because it had, you know, humorous moments, but it didn't detract from the emotional scenes, you know, because obviously, you know, especially Marvel gets so rap for having, I don't know, someone loses an arm or something and make a witty joke, but it wasn't, you know, so armless now, are you, or I don't know, something like that. Obviously it did have funny moments, but there were when the fight was over, like I know when Zenitsu finishes his fight and he's getting patched up and they're trying to what's it called, protect them, I keep forgetting names now. The demon boy, he was friends with the demon lady who was absorbed by Muzan. He's trying to patch Zenitsu up, and then you have the other guys trying to protect him, and there's some banter between him and one of the other guys there. Which again, it was quite funny. The cinema was laughing, and it was good the way they positioned it, because it wasn't, you know, mid-fight, or it wasn't after an emotional scene. It was when everything was done and kind of all the emotions had been let out, which I thought was really good. The voice acting I really liked. Listen, I'm a dub man at heart. I don't want to watch subtitles. I'm too lazy to watch them. I just want to focus on what's happening on the screen. But I thought it was really good. They did such a good job, especially Alpha Moon 6. I really loved his voice. I don't know if the sound system really helped to complement it, but he just sounded so good. One thing I love is Channing Tatum being in it for some reason. Why? That's one of the most random castings I've ever seen. You know, he just pops up. But it was great. He did a really good job. In all fairness, I probably wouldn't have known it was him. But it's just it was just so random. It was so beautifully, delightfully random. I can't help but smile. I wonder who else will they get in the other films that have another celebrity voice. I think that'd be quite funny. But yeah, that was something I found quite funny. The music, yes, the music was very good. It was so good. Again, I don't know anything about music. I can't break it down for you and tell you why exactly it was good. It just fitted really well with the scenes and the scenario. I think there's like this really nice electric guitar when Shinobi was fighting Upper Moon 2. That's been in my head. And I like when Gyu and Tanjiro were fighting Akaza. You had a mix of the Infinity Castle kind of theme, Akaza's theme. You had Rengoku's theme kind of woven in sometimes. Which is something that fight was always the climax of the film. Which was great. It was really, really good. I liked how they hinted at his backstory throughout the fight. Like, you kind of had him, Channing Tatum, like, you know, appear behind him, and he starts hitting random pieces, and they're all like, what's he doing? He's just randomly hitting stuff. I like that, because I feel like a lot of the time they kind of don't really do that. I think especially in Demon Slayer when they killed the demon. You know, the demon, they've established they're evil, they've killed a bunch of men, women and children, you know, they need to be put down. And then it turns out, oh, you know, they were blind and deaf and they couldn't walk and had no arms and they had to, I don't know, eat doo-doo to survive or something like that. You know, and I feel like you gotta mention that beforehand because they're already dead. There's no point in having, you know, feelings for a character you didn't know anything about. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, no, their life was horrible. But I liked how they kind of wove it in. I think, because it didn't come out of left field, I think is the point I'm trying to make. It wasn't random, it wasn't like, you know, oh, you know, by the way, his wife and well, soon to be wife, and a father figure died, and his actual father died, and he kept getting beaten for robbing and stealing. You know, obviously they did it all in one go, but the fact that there was hints that he had some sort of past and an emotional connection to certain people was good. I don't know how I feel about him being 18 and the sick girl being 16. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Speaking of backstory, one thing I wrote down was that Upper Moon's 2 thing kind of fell under the velvet, like his backstory, which again is such a minor, silly nitpick, but I cannot think of anything else to say. In all fairness, I haven't read the manga in a while, so maybe they literally did just cover it all. Which, in all fairness, I wouldn't really mind because he's one of those things where he's just evil for the sake of evil, I feel like. Which I think there's no problem with that. I think that's quite nice to have, you know, a demon that's just, I just like killing people. Like, there's no backstory, there's no trying to hide some sort of trauma. They just do it what they've done with the game, really. I mean, again, they've got like 2 more films, so if they wanted to, they can add more. But I just remember there being more in the manga. But again, they did show some stuff. You know, I think in all fairness, they probably showed enough to understand. And you can understand it because of that. He's not a super complex character. He's just a psycho. You know. I honestly don't know what to say. Really, that's really it. wish I didn't read the manga, but for some reason why. I went out and I saw the final chapter on the shelf, and I bought, not the final chapter, the final volume, and I bought it. Bear in mind, having not read any other of the series, and I watched the show. I think at the time, it was Entertainment Arc was the most recent Entertainment District. So I knew up to then, and then I just spoiled the whole thing for myself, which is a big regret. I don't know why I did that. If I go back in time, I'll slap the book out of my hand and just tell them to wait. In all fairness, I probably would have found out about spoilers anyway. Which again, props to you people who don't know about spoilers, because it's been out for years, and for you to not have heard of any is a pretty big miracle. But yeah, in all fairness, that was the only thing that I felt like I missed out on was the emotional bits. I mean, in all fairness, it just did still hit me in the feels with Aka's backstory. I wasn't crying, you were crying. I've covered everything I wanted to say, really. It's just a good, really great film. I don't know how they're going to do 2 more. I don't know if they're both going to be 2.5 hours. I really hope so. It will be, we're probably going to be waiting another 5 years. But I admired the ambition. One thing I did ponder to myself is, would this have worked better in a movie format or a series format? And I haven't really come to a conclusion. I can only really list the pros and cons in each. Because I suppose where it's a movie, you get a higher budget, you get more time. Sorry, someone popped off my computer. You get a higher budget, you get more time. I think that definitely showed. Obviously, the animation is still really great in the show, but if you're gonna make something this kind of monumental, I think it was good. Would it have worked better in a series? I don't know. I think with the series you made, I think the only thing I can say for series is momentum. I don't know if they were to do it and they would do everything at once, or if they have to split it into part 1 or part 2. But in a series, I feel like if you're having weekly releases, you get caught up in the suspense and the emotion of the story. I feel like that would be better at the time, because let's be honest, in 3-4 years time, you're probably not going to care as much when you have Inosuke and Kano. I don't think I'm saying her name right, but the butterfly, Shinobu's surrogate sister, fight Upper Moon 2. I don't know if that will have the same emotional impacts, because Shinobu's dead, she's gone. I gave you spoiler warnings, I did say at the start. So yeah, that's it. You've been spoiled. But it's more so about the emotional aspect of it. I don't know if it would still hit the same. I need some more time. I don't know if it still hit the same, because that kind of, you've lost that emotion. I actually about to rewatch the film the day before. And again, I think it's good. I can't wait for the Upper Moon 1 fight, because holy, you guys are not prepared. If you don't know what happens, then I don't know why you're watching this video, because I'm going to spoil it. But yeah, just absolute insanity of that fight is good. The manga was good. It's probably going to be even better in the series, and not series, in the film, which I'm very excited for. Oh yeah, when I actually no, I might as well. I started, so I might as well finish. I sat down in the cinema. I went by myself. And two things of note. One of them was this girl was wearing one of those like hentai jumpers when they were making the face like that. I can't say it's like Ahigo or Aheago. I think that's how you spell it. I don't really know. But she was wearing that, which I thought I was surprised by that. No one dressed up in cosplay. I did see someone with Hanafuda earrings, and they had like a Tanjiro outfit on. It wasn't like cosplay or anything. He just had his jumper. It's not a jumper. He had the thing. He had the green thing. I don't know what the technical term is. And yeah, and I went in, and then the guy he moved away from me. I was by myself, and there was a seat spare. And he moved to that one. Which again is one of those. It's not a big deal. I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, it was a really great film. Watch it in maybe not the biggest screen you can, but definitely try to watch it in an IMAX. Oh yeah, in one of the cinemas I saw they're doing a Chinese subtitles version of it, which I don't really understand because I do not live in China, and so I don't know. I just don't really understand the need for it, but. What can I say? Maybe there's a big demographic of Demon Slayer fans who only watch it in the Chinese sub. Maybe they're members of the Chinese Communist Party. You never know. But yeah, I'm looking at the list. Honestly, I don't have anything more to say. I think I've covered everything I wanted to. Off the top of my head, I haven't got anything to say. You're probably getting bored of me rambling. But yeah, it was just so good. I can't remember being excited for a film and leaving very, I think it was very bittersweet, I don't know. But yeah, it just felt very bittersweet when I left, because obviously, people die, and it's a shame in the film. But at the same time, you get to see Upper Moon 1 fight, which I'm very excited about. I don't know, maybe they'll get a celebrity for I mean, they already got a voice actor for Upper Moon 1. I don't know who else they would get a celebrity voice actor for. Oh, one thing I did find quite funny. Well, not really funny, but the dub actor for Muzan is the same as the English Gihun, or for I don't know his number. The guy from Squid Game, the main character from Squid Game, they have the same voice actor for the English dub. And so whenever he did a speech, I just imagined it in his head. Just being, you can hear his voice sometimes, at least for me. But you can hear like, I played these games before. I don't have the same delivery. I'll put myself to shame. I can't compare to him. But yeah, I haven't got anything else to say. Really, I've said that about 5 times now. But I just love the film so much. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. Yeah, that's really about it. For the people who probably listened to this far, I don't know what you're doing. you should go do something else, unless you're doing something in the background. You just listen to me ramble in this pseudo ASMR. Not really, but thank you for listening this far. I kind of want to do, I don't know. I suppose the channel, it was initially going to be kind of gaming stuff, but then I figured, I might as well just have fun, because I don't know. Oh, pardon me. I don't have anyone to really ramble to about this. It's just nice to get my thoughts out with it. So I might do some more film reviews going forward, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll use them as a buffer for the longer videos. But yeah, I don't know what people subscribe or I don't know, leave a comment saying I don't know favorite part of the film or something. I don't know. Just engage so I can spread the word of me. Yeah, that's that's really about it.